Number 5. Geep. Not to be confused with the four-wheel Grand Cherokee, the geep is a funny little hybrid animal made when a sheep and a goat successfully procreate. But that pairing doesn't always work out, and many geeps are never carried to term and come out as stillborn. So like some previous list entries, the geep is a rare find. So if you do manage to catch a glimpse of one, consider yourself to be incredibly lucky, because these little guys are cute as hell. Very first case on record of one of these little hybrid babies being born dates back to the year 2000, when a male sheep impregnated a female goat at the Botswana Ministry of Agriculture. The baby geep was born with a coarser outer coat and beautiful woolly inner coat, and it came with the legs of a sheep and the body of a goat. It sounds a bit like a mythological creature, but much to the chagrin of the caretakers, it was totally real. Sadly though, like many hybrid animals, the geep is infertile, so the idea of an entire flock of geep running around on the meadow is just a pipe dream. But while he couldn't create any offspring, the geep in Botswana would go for anything that moved, chasing after every female sheep that he came across within the facility. You go, geep. Number 4. Green sea slug. Claiming the number 4 spot on this list of hybrid animals is probably the most unusual yet. It's none other than the green sea slug. This slug is a strange little beast, incorporating the genetic material from the algae that it eats into its own DNA. So talk about you are what you eat. It's one of the few animals on Earth with this characteristic, and floats about in the oceans looking like a big green plant. But because the slug feeds on plants, it uses photosynthesis to create its own nutrients as well, which is what gives it its bright green color. Scientists have even called it the emerald green Elysia. So instead of being the product of two different animals, the green sea slug is made up of everything, everywhere, all at once. It's pretty crazy, and it's still baffling scientists around the world. Research is still underway as to how the green sea slug is able to do what it does, and as of yet, this amazing slug is the only successful instance of gene transfer from one type of complex organism into another. You'll typically find these guys hanging out in the shallows of tidal or salt marshes and creeks, so the next time you're hanging around in those areas and see some bright green leaves floating about in the water, there's a chance that it's actually a green sea slug hiding in plain sight. Number 3. Tigon. Very similar to the liger, the tigon has the same parents, only this time the roles are reversed. The tigon is the epic offspring of a male tiger and a female lion or lioness. But it is amazing how, despite having such similar parentage, the tigon looks so different from its gender-swapped counterparts. These hybrid animals are absolutely gorgeous with their light tan stripes and a nice white underbelly, all topped off with a big mane and spotted head. And as you could probably guess by now, there's no way that a tiger and lion are mating in the wild. Tigers are incredibly solitary, with their domains spanning for miles and miles, and lions mainly sticking to their pride. On the off chance that these two animals came across each other in the wild, the odds are it wouldn't end well. So the tigon is only ever going to be found in captivity. And there's no way these hybrids could ever be released into the wild, because they would sadly never be accepted by either species. Such is the life of a hybrid animal, I suppose. The tigon's history dates all the way back to 1943, when one was successfully birthed at the Munich Hellebrunn Zoo, and even raised to adulthood. And while there have been just a handful of exceptions, the majority of the tigons you'll come across at your local zoo are sterile, meaning each one is both the first and last of their family. Number 2. A leopard. Ligers and tigons and Grolar bears, oh my. And if you thought those were freaky hybrids, then just wait until you see this one. When a male leopard successfully mates with a female lion, you get the leopard. These hybrids are animals that are rare, with only a handful ever to exist, all of whom were bred in captivity. The leopard has both a unique and beautiful appearance, and looks like something Hercules came across during his 12 labors. The leopard has the head of a lion, a beautiful mane, deadly jaws and all, but with the spotted body of the leopard. If this thing ever got out into the wild, there's no doubt that it would be the apex predator and absolutely dominate the jungles and savannas of the world as it blends into its surroundings, stalking its prey. But luckily for us, that's never going to happen. The world's very first leopard was bred in India at the turn of the 20th century, and now more than 100 years later, it's believed that there are only about 100 in existence today. The minute one of these leopards are born, they enter the endangered species list. It's one strange yet beautiful existence. Number 1. Killer bees. We'll bet you didn't know that killer bees are actually hybrid animals. That's right, these horrifying little fuzzy, buzzing creatures are actually the product of human interference. Created back in the 1950s, scientists were putting their heads together with the goal of increasing the world's honey production. So they bred a few different species of bee. They took the typical honeybee and mixed them up with the African bee in a lab in Brazil. The result was a big bee with a nasty attitude that was supposed to live out its days in a controlled environment. Too bad for the scientists, though, and the rest of the world, that these new hybrid bees broke loose. And unlike so many hybrid animals, the killer bee is very, very capable of producing not just honey, but offspring. Their defining characteristic is their strong will to defend the colony at all costs, and unless you're deathly allergic, the sting of one killer bee won't be too much. But the thing is, you never just see one killer bee on its own. These deadly little insects love to hang out in swarms, and if you ever come across one, there's no way you can outrun them on just 2 legs. This is one hybrid animal that you want to steer clear of at all costs.